You wake at 5 a.m. in a room you share with 11 other women. You eat bread. You walk 4 blocks to work. You'll sew for 16 hours today. If you finish 12 shirtwaists, you'll make 50 cents. This is life as a garment worker in New York City. 1895, and you have 6 more days exactly like this before you rest. Your name is Rosa. You're 22 years old. You came to America from Italy. 3 years ago, you thought America would be different. It is different. But not the way you imagined. You live in a tenement building on the Lower East Side. 5 stories, no running water above the first floor. 1 toilet in the courtyard for 150 people. Your room is on the 3rd floor. 12 women sleep here. 4 beds. 3 women per bed. You sleep in shift stay workers at night. Night workers during the day. It costs you $2 a week. That's 1/3 of your wages, but it's cheaper than living alone. You wake before dawn. Dress quickly in the dark. Eat a piece of bread you saved from yesterday. The other women are already stirring. No one speaks. Too tired. Too early. You walk 4 blocks to the factory. Except it's not really a factory. It's another tenement building. The workshop is just a 4th floor apartment with the walls knocked down. 20 sewing machines. 20 women. 1 foreman. 1 tiny window. You've been working here for 2 years. You arrive at 6 a.m. The foreman is already there, watching. His name is Mr. Klein. He's maybe 40. He speaks English, Yiddish, Italian, whatever. He needs to yell at you and, "Late," he says. Even though you're not, you don't argue. Arguing costs money. He'll dock your pay for insubordination. You sit at your machine. It's not yours, none of them are. But you sit in the same spot every day. Machine number 14. The work is simple. Sew shirtwaists. Women's blouses, 4 pieces that need to be stitched together, sleeves, body, collar, cuffs. You're fast. You've done this so many times, your hands move without thinking. But fast isn't enough. You need to finish 12 garments today to make your quota. 12 garments equals 50 cents. If you finish less, he docks your pay. If you make a mistake, he docks your pay. If the thread breaks, if the machine jams, if you need to use the bath. Last week, you made $3. You worked 96 hours for $3. The room fills up. 20 women at 20 machines. The noise is immediate and constant, the clatter of sewing machines, the hiss of steam irons, Mr. Klein shouting. No ventilation, no fresh air. By 8 a.m., the room is stifling. By noon, it's unbearable. You sew. Sleeve, sleeve, body, collar, next garment. Over and over, your back hurts, your eyes hurt. Your fingers are covered in needle pricks. But you don't stop because you need the money. At noon, you get a 30-minute break. You eat the lunch, you brought bread, and a small piece of cheese. Some of the women buy food from a street vendor, but you can't afford that. You save every penny. In your room, hidden under your mattress, you have $17. 3 years of saving, 3 years of eating as little as possible, wearing the same dress until it's thread, never spending money on anything you don't absolutely need. You're saving to bring your sister to America. The boat fare is $30. Halfway there, a younger girl, maybe 16, sits next to you. Her name is Lucia. She's new. Been here 2 weeks. "Rosa," she says quietly, "I can't make the quota. I'm too slow." You look at her hands. They're bleeding. Needle pricks everywhere. It gets easier, you lie. It doesn't get easier. You just get numb. Mr. Klein says if I don't make quota today, he'll fire me. You sigh. You reach into your pocket and pull out a small piece of Fabrica scrap you took from the pile yesterday when Klein was unlooking. "Here," you say, "practice your stitches tonight. You'll get faster." She looks at you, eyes wide. "You could get in trouble. Only if he catches me." The break ends. You go back to your machine. Sleeve, sleeve, body, collar, Hours blurred together. By 3 p.m., your vision is blurry. By 5 p.m., you're moving on autopilot. By 7 p.m., you can barely feel your fingers, but you keep sewing. Because stopping means no pay. And no pay means no sister. At 8 p.m., Klein announces a rush order. A department store needs 50 extra shirtwaists by tomorrow morning. Everyone has to stay late. No one complains. Complaining means you're fired. You keep sewing. At 10 p.m., he finally lets you go home. 16 hours. You finished 13 garments today. You'll make 55 cents. You walk home in the dark. Your feet hurt. Your back hurts. Everything hurts. But you made quota. That's all that matters. Tuesday is the same. Wednesday is the same. Thursday is the same. 16 hours, 50 cents. Barely enough to survive. On Friday, disaster. Your machine breaks. The needle snaps. You raise your hand to call Klein over. He walks over, annoyed. What? The needle. Fix it yourself. I don't have a spare. Then you don't sew. And if you don't sew, you don't get paid. A walks away. You sit there, frozen. You can't fix it. You don't have the tools. You don't have a spare needle. One of the older women, Sophie, leans over, slips you a needle from her own supplies. Don't tell Klein, she whispers. You nod. Quickly replace the needle. Start sewing again. Klein doesn't notice, or he pretends not to. You finish the day, but you lost an hour. You only finished 10 garments. That's 40 cents, 10 cents less than you needed. Sunday, your only day off. You wake at 7 a.m. Not because you have to, just because your body doesn't know how to sleep past 7 anymore. You go to church, not because you're particularly religious, but because it's the only place you see other Italians, the only place that feels like home. After church, you sit in a park and write a letter to your sister. Dear Maria, I am well. The work is hard, but I am saving money. Soon, I will have enough for your ticket. I miss you. Your sister, Rosa. You don't tell her the truth. You don't tell her about the 16-hour days, the bleeding fingers, the way Klein looks at the younger girls. You don't tell her that America is not what you thought it would be, because she needs to come here anyway. There's nothing for her back home. You count your money. $17.23 now. $12.77 to go. At this rate, maybe one more year, maybe two. If you don't get sick, if you don't get fired, if Klein doesn't steal your wages, but you'll do it because you have to. This was life for immigrant garment workers in New York City in the 1890s. Over 500,000 people lived in tenements on the Lower East Side. Most worked in sweatshops, exactly like Rosa's. 16-hour days, 6 days a week. $3 to $6 per week. No labor laus, no safety regulations, no protections. In 1911, the Triangle Shirtwaist factory fire killed 146 workers, mostly young immigrant women. Locked doors, no fire escapes. Trapped, that tragedy finally led to labor reforms. Fire codes, worker protections, unions. But for Rosa in 1895, there was no protection, just work and survival. She saved for 2 more years, brought her sister to America in 1897. They shared a room in the same tenement. Both worked in garment factories. In 1903, they pooled their savings and opened a small dress shop in Brooklyn. It wasn't much, but it was theirs. Rosa worked in that shop until she died in 1954, at 81 years old. She never forgot those 16-hour days, the bleeding fingers, the 50-cent wages. But she also never forgot the older woman who gave her a needle when her machine broke, or the younger girl she taught to sew, or the sister she brought across the ocean, 1 penny at a time. This is what survival looked like in 1895. Not heroic, not glamorous, just work, and the refusal to be broken. Old America Diaries. Real life, Real history, one state at a time.